Hello, hello, dear listeners. Welcome back to our podcast. Hello, David. How are you today?
Hello, Emma. I'm doing great, thank you. And I'm really excited about today's episode.
That's wonderful to hear. Today's episode is a little different because we're going to share another powerful way to learn English faster.
Exactly. Many English learners focus only on grammar exercises and vocabulary lists, but there's another method that can significantly improve your English skills.
That's right. Today, we'll explore how reading books can help you improve your English, expand your vocabulary, and develop better reading and writing skills.
Reading is one of the most effective ways to learn a language naturally. It allows you to see words and expressions in context, which makes them much easier to remember.
Absolutely. And the best part is that reading can be both educational and enjoyable. Whether you like stories, adventure, mystery, or personal development books, there's always something interesting to read.
During this episode, we'll explain why reading is so beneficial for English learners, how to read effectively, and how to make the most of every book you read.
And that's not all. We'll also recommend some of the best books for beginners and intermediate learners, so you can start your reading journey with confidence.
Plus, we'll share practical tips to help you understand new words without constantly stopping to use a dictionary.
That sounds exciting. So if you're looking for a simple, enjoyable, and effective way to improve your English, this episode is for you.
Grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's discover how books can become your best English teacher.
Let's get started. David, why do you think reading is such a powerful tool for learning English?
Great question, Emma. First of all, reading exposes you to thousands of words and phrases that native speakers use every day. The more you read, the more familiar these words become.
That's true. When learners repeatedly see the same words in different contexts, they start understanding and using them naturally.
Exactly. Reading also helps improve grammar without studying grammar rules directly. You begin to recognize correct sentence structures simply by seeing them over and over again.
So in a way, your brain learns English naturally, just like children learn their first language.
That's right. And another advantage is that reading improves your spelling and writing skills at the same time.
Amazing. It sounds like reading is a complete English learning package.
It certainly is. And the good news is that anyone can start today, even if they're beginners.
Perfect. In the next part of our episode, we'll show you exactly which books to choose and how to read them effectively.
So David, let's begin with the first question. Why is reading such an effective way to learn English?
There are many reasons, Emma. First of all, reading helps you learn vocabulary naturally. Instead of memorizing long lists of words, you see new words inside real sentences and real stories. This makes them much easier to understand and remember.
That's true. For example, if you read the sentence, "She grabbed her umbrella because it was raining," you can probably guess that umbrella is something people use when it rains, even if you've never seen the word before.
Exactly. Your brain learns through context, and that's one of the fastest ways to build your vocabulary.
Reading also improves your grammar, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Every page you read is full of correct English sentences. Without even realizing it, your brain starts recognizing sentence patterns, verb tenses, and common expressions. Over time, you'll begin using them naturally when you speak or write.
So instead of studying hundreds of grammar rules, you're learning grammar by seeing it in action.
That's right. Reading also improves your spelling because you see words written correctly again and again.
And let's not forget pronunciation. Even though reading is a silent activity, if you combine it with an audiobook, you'll hear how native speakers pronounce every word.
That's an excellent tip. Reading while listening is one of the best ways to improve both pronunciation and listening skills.
Now, let's talk about something very important. Many learners read English books but don't make much progress. Why is that?
The biggest mistake is trying to understand every single word. When learners stop every few seconds to look up words in a dictionary, reading becomes slow, tiring, and frustrating.
So what should they do instead?
First, read for the main idea. Ask yourself, what is happening? Don't worry if you don't understand every word.
That's exactly how children learn their first language. They don't know every word, but they understand the overall meaning.
Right. If you see the same unknown words several times, then it's probably important. That's the moment to check its meaning.
Another great tip is to choose books that match your level.
Definitely. If a page has too many difficult words, the book is probably too advanced. A good book should be challenging, but still enjoyable.
Don't be afraid to read children's books or graded readers. They're written with simple language and are perfect for learners.
Exactly. Remember, the goal is not to finish the hardest book. The goal is to improve your English step by step.
Now let's share some practical strategies. How can learners get the maximum benefit from every book they read?
My first tip is to keep a vocabulary notebook.
But don't write every new word.
Exactly. Write only useful words or expressions that you think you'll use in everyday conversations.
And don't just write the word by itself.
Right. Always write the whole sentence where you found it. Seeing the word in context helps you remember it much better.
Here's another great idea. After each chapter, try to summarize what you read in your own words.
Even if you write only 3 or 4 sentences, you're practicing writing, grammar, and vocabulary all at the same time.
You can also tell the story aloud, as if you're explaining it to a friend.
That's an excellent speaking exercise. It builds confidence and helps you remember new expressions.
Another tip is to read the same chapter twice.
Yes, the first time focus on understanding the story. The second time, pay attention to new vocabulary, useful expressions, and sentence structures.
You could even highlight phrases like, by the way, at first, as soon as possible, or I can't wait. Native speakers use these expressions every day.
Exactly. Learning complete phrases is much more useful than learning single words, because you'll sound more natural when you speak.
And finally, be consistent.
You don't need to read for 2 hours every day. Even 15 to 20 minutes daily can make a huge difference over time.
Small daily habits create big results.
Remember, learning English is like going to the gym. One long workout won't change your body overnight, but regular practice will. Reading works the same way. A little every day is much better than a lot once a month.
That's a great comparison.
So don't wait for the perfect moment. Pick up a book today, read a few pages, enjoy the story, and let your English improve naturally.
In the next part of our episode, we'll recommend some of the best books for beginner and intermediate English learners, so you know exactly where to start.
These books use simple language, short chapters, and interesting stories, making them excellent choices for beginners and intermediate learners. Book number 1, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse.
Our first recommendation is The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse.
This beautiful book tells the story of 4 unlikely friends who travel together and talk about kindness, courage, friendship, and hope.
The best part is that each page contains only a few sentences, so it's very easy to read.
You'll learn useful everyday words and simple expressions while enjoying beautiful illustrations and inspiring messages.
Book number 2, Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Our second recommendation is Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
This funny book follows Greg Heffley, a middle school student who writes about his daily life, school, family, and friends.
The story is full of cartoons, short chapters, and easy conversations.
Because the language is very natural, you'll learn English that people actually use in everyday life.
Book number 4, Wonder, by R.J. Palacio.
Next is Wonder.
It's the story of August, a boy with a facial difference who goes to school for the first time.
The book teaches important lessons about kindness, friendship, and accepting people for who they are.
The writing is clear and modern, making it an excellent first novel for English learners.
Number 5 is The Wild Robot. The story begins when a robot named Roz wakes up alone on a small island.
At first, the animals are afraid of her, but little by little, she learns how to survive, make friends, and become part of nature.
The chapters are short, the vocabulary is simple, and the story is exciting from beginning to end.
Book number 5, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder.
Our final recommendation is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder.
This mystery follows Pip, a high school student who investigates a crime that everyone believes has already been solved.
As she searches for the truth, she discovers surprising secrets that keep readers turning the pages.
This book is slightly more difficult than the others, so it's a great choice if you're moving from beginner to intermediate level.
If you're a complete beginner, start with The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, or Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
If you're already comfortable reading simple English, try Wonder or The Wild Robot.
And if you're ready for a little more of a challenge, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is a fantastic next step.
Remember, the easiest book is the one you'll actually finish. Don't worry about reading something difficult. The more you enjoy reading, the faster your English will improve.
Now that you've chosen a book, let's show you exactly how to read it like an English learner, so you can remember more vocabulary, improve your grammar, and make real progress every single day.
How to understand new words without using a dictionary all the time.
Now you've picked a great book, but here's a question many English learners ask. What should I do when I find a word I don't know?
That's a great question. The biggest mistake learners make is stopping every minute to look up a new word.
Imagine reading one page and opening your dictionary 20 times.
Exactly. After a few minutes, you've forgotten the story, and reading becomes slow and frustrating.
So what's the better way?
Here are 5 simple tips.
Tip number 1. Guess the meaning from the context.
Don't look at the word first. Look at the whole sentence. For example, Tom forgot his umbrella, so he got completely soaked. Maybe you don't know the word soaked, but you know he forgot his umbrella. It was probably raining. So what happened? He became very wet.
That's exactly how native speakers learn new words when they're children. Tip number 2. Keep reading.
Sometimes the next sentence explains the word for you. If you don't understand one word, don't panic. Read another 2 or 3 sentences first. Very often, the story gives you enough information to understand the meaning.
Tip number 3. Highlight, don't stop.
If a word seems important, simply underline it or highlight it.
Finish the page, or even the whole chapter, before checking the meaning.
This helps you stay focused on the story instead of interrupting your reading every minute.
Tip number 4. Learn phrases, not just words. Here's a secret that many successful learners know. Don't only learn single words, learn whole expressions. For example, instead of learning only the word decision, learn the phrase, make a decision. Instead of only mistake, learn, make a mistake. Native speakers use these word combinations every day. Learning phrases will make your English sound much more natural. Tip number 5. Review new words later. After you finish reading, choose only 5 or 6 new words. Not 20, not 50, just a few useful ones.
Write each word with the sentence where you found it. Then try making your own sentence. For example, I was exhausted after playing football. Now create your own sentence. I was exhausted after cleaning my house.
When you use a new word yourself, you're much more likely to remember it.
Remember, your goal isn't to understand 100% of every page. Your goal is to understand the story and enjoy reading.
Every book you finish teaches you hundreds of new words, common expressions, and grammar patterns without feeling like you're studying.
So don't be afraid to start with an easy book. Every page you read brings you one step closer to speaking English with confidence.
We hope today's episode has shown you that reading is one of the easiest and most enjoyable ways to improve your English.
If you found these tips helpful, we'd really appreciate your support.
Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our weekly English lessons.
Every week, we share practical tips, real conversations, vocabulary lessons, and easy ways to help you become a more confident English speaker.
And before you go, tell us in the comments, which book are you going to read first? We'd love to hear your answer.
Thanks so much for listening.
Keep reading,
Keep learning.
and we'll see you in the next lesson.
Goodbye and happy reading.